Hey, in this video, I'm going to show you how to use Texting Betty to invite your clients to a client appreciation event and then manage all the responses with AI agents that are included with every Texting Betty subscription. I am so excited to show you this because it's so easy to create, but it's so powerful and it's going to save you so much time managing a campaign like this. All right, so we're going to do three things today. We're going to create an action plan and follow up boss to invite the clients. We're going to create an AI agent and test confirmations, declines, and opt-outs. And then we're going to launch the action plan using a smart list. So for the first step, when we're designing the action plan, we're going to use this action plan designer that's included with Texting Betty dashboard. All you have to do here is explain what you're trying to do, and our tool is going to generate the action plan for you. So I'm going to paste my instructions here. Essentially, I'm asking to create an action plan about our event. I'm going to send this in, and I'm going to see how well it does. So here it is. It created 3 steps for me. The first one is going to message the first contact name, so it will pull in the name of the person and pre-fill that. Introduces itself as Betty from Texting Betty, and it says that we're hosting an appreciation event on May 24th, and it's asking for RSVP. And then if they don't respond, we're going to send out another text message in 10 days after, reminding them to RSVP and if they're coming. And then another 7 days later, we're going to send out another one and make sure that people are aware of this. Okay, so it's already gave it a name. I'm going to just directly save that into follow-up boss. And now this action plan is going to appear in the library. On to step 2. For this next step, we're going to be setting up the AI agent, and you can find the tab here in the menu. I already have this one created, client appreciation agent, and I gave it just really high level instructions here. So let's test this out and see how this would perform. So I'm going to switch to playground, and this is going to allow us to effectively play out a conversation and see how the AI would respond and what it would do. So let's just say that this is a positive response and the client wants to attend. Yes, I will attend. And then we can process the conversation and see what the response from our agent is going to be. So it's going to respond with fantastic. We're thrilled to you'll join us on May at particular address. See you there. Awesome. Not only it will send this text message, but it will also add a tag to this lead, so then you can really easily filter out anyone that's not coming and see, who's actually going to be attending your meeting. There's a couple of other things that we can add to this, but I'm not going to worry about that too much right now. Let me try this out. So let's just say, no, I can't make it, and see what happens. So in this case, it doesn't know what to do. And that's because I haven't given it instructions on what to do if someone declines. So I'm going to go into the configuration. I'm going to this intent section. So this is essentially all the different ways that the conversation can go. So I have event confirmation, and I have someone asking a question. So what I'm going to do is I'm going to make a copy, and then I'm going to rename this one, and I'm going to call it event decline. And then it will say contact declines attendance. All right, and then what I'm going to do is and then we're going to add a tag that's going to say declined 2026. All right, I'm going to save this agent, going to go back here, I'm going to rerun this and see what kind of results we get. All right, it says event decline. Sorry, you can't make it. We'll miss you on the 22nd. Hope to catch up soon. Okay, perfect. So I'm happy with that. One last thing that I wanted to test, what if they say stop, right? I don't want to be looking at these conversations, and right now I don't have an intent defined for that. What I'm going to do is I'm going to go to intents and then browse temp. I'm going to add this opt-out request. So it's going to give me this option, opt-out request, contacts wants to stop receiving messages, and I'm going to add two actions. So I'm going to add a tag. My tag is going to be opt-out, and you can match it to what you have in your follow-up boss. And then I'm also going to close the conversation. The reason why I want to close the conversation, I don't want anyone spending any time worrying about opt-out messages because there's literally nothing else to do other than, maybe add a tag and then moving to a stage. There's nothing a human that needs to perform. So let me save this agent, go back here. I'm going to rerun this and see if that fixed the issue. Perfect. So now it's detected the intent. It's going to add the tag and it's going to close the conversation so it doesn't show up. All right, in the last step, we're going to use a smart list to activate the action plan and actually send out the invites to all our clients. I'm going to switch back to the action plans. I'm going to click on the launcher tab here. In here, I'm going to select the smart list. I have one created already, Texting Betty client event. I'm going to click on that. And then I'm going to select the action plan that we created in section 1. So client appreciation event RSVP. I'm going to click on that. And it gives me a couple of options. So if the plan already ran, I want to skip it. If the plan is paused, I want to skip it. And then if there was any tags that you want to add after it's launched, for example, client invited, you can do that as well. Once you have this set up properly, you can click on launch and it will go through and activate that action plan on all those clients and the text messages will be sent out. That is it. That is everything that you need to know. When you start receiving the responses, the AI will then jump in and process those responses, whether it needs to reply, whether there's a question. You can define the workflow and customize it exactly to what you want it to say. And then if you want a human to be involved at any point in that process, it's so easy to define that as well. And your team or yourself are going to be alerted to when that happens. Let me know if you have any questions. Would love to implement that into your workflows. Cheers.